Hi, my name is Seldon Tenzing. I'm an entrepreneur in the field of travel and also a life and a business coach. Well, I come from a half Sikkimese, half Tibetan family, and growing up, but even though I come from there, but growing up, I was born and brought up in New Delhi. So all my life I have been here. I did my schooling, my education, everything here. And for the longest time, I actually thought my, Indian identity or Indian culture was my real identity because I never realized it. So growing up, of course, I studied really hard. I went to the best schools. I went to the best colleges. I did my MBA in international business. Started working in corporate fields like everybody else, and totally at that point of time, I was totally disconnected from the community. I didn't know what really the Tibetan community was doing because I was so absorbed and happy with my own set of friends and the offices and the culture that I was bringing up in. And however, this, in the back of my mind, there was always this little thing that bothered me, because end of the day, I did not look like them. I did not really, the language was different, the food was different, the habits were really different. So I really started thinking, who am I? So when I started to think that I wanted to understand more what our culture is like, what Tibetan culture is like. So I decided to join Tibet House that time, and because I couldn't even speak the language, so I wanted to at least learn the language. So I ended up learning Kaka Ganga, nothing really big. But that was the start, and then the director of Tibet House actually suggested me to go to Sara College to learn more, and I then went ahead and I did a 1-month international program with them. And that was when the whole perspective of my Tibetan community and what our history is, what our background is, what our culture is, everything changed about it, and it was like my mind really opened to a very different world altogether. However, I was still in the Indian community and I was still working, and so I worked in the corporate field for 10 years, starting from education background to media industry to tourism and lifestyle industry and things like that. So, but I really never really understood that. But Sara College, when it actually opened my mind, and then eventually I decided that I need to do something for the community, and I started working for the community. I was invited back to Sara to teach students on personality development, confidence building, and a lot of different aspects. Then I started working with the CTA government. Then I started working with the TCC, the Tibetan Chambers of Commerce. So the journey has been amazing. And today, after 10 years of corporate, I was done and I wanted to start something of my own, and I dived into the entrepreneurial world, and today I have a travel company of myself. It's into tourism marketing, and at the same time I'm also growing my coaching business. So I love to help people, I love to coach people. I have helped about over 125 people set up their businesses or just in general aspect of their life, just to have a better quality of life, and it's been an amazing journey and I love it, absolutely love it. First of all, I want to talk about entrepreneurship. So I worked in my corporate field for 10 years, and I worked with the best of the brands. I did everything possible that outside people will actually think that I'm successful, and I'm an overachiever. I was in the media, I was really popular, everybody knew me in the trade and everybody wanted to meet with me and things like that. But inside I was really empty, if you know what I mean. And I was really, really empty, and I reached a glass ceiling on my head, wherein I knew that my potential is much more than that, but somehow I'm stuck somewhere. The corporate ladder doesn't allow me to go ahead. That's where I took a decision of starting something of my own, because I knew that my potential was way more than what I was delivering at that point of time. Of course, I was an overachiever, but I knew I could do more. And plus, I felt a lot more about social issues and political issues. I'm the kind of person that would get involved everywhere. So I also founded an NGO for children, for underprivileged children. So I wanted to work with them. So I needed time, I needed space, I needed that place to do that. So that's why I took the decision of starting something of my own. And I personally feel that entrepreneurs are going to change this world, because they are the problem solvers. They are the people who are actually able to identify what's going wrong in this world, and they're able to identify how they can make it right. So that's where I feel. And I feel more and more people, because we all reach a phase in our life where we are stuck and we want to do more. We need to find that courage. We need to find that motivation to do more, to become more. And I think entrepreneurial mindset is related to that. Entrepreneurial mindset does not mean that you start a business and, like I said, you become an entrepreneur. Does not happen. You can become a business owner, but entrepreneurial mindset is somebody who has the ability to take risk, who can even defy the society, the rules, if it doesn't make sense to them. So there are so many aspects to entrepreneurial mindset that I personally like to talk about, and I help people get that mindset because I've been through that journey, and it's been amazing. But I think entrepreneurs, we need more entrepreneurs, because they are driven people, they're visionaries, they know, they're here to simply change the world, and it's amazing. Okay, so like I was sharing, that I was so disconnected from the Tibetan community, and when I actually came in to understand, I was amazed at so many levels. And if you ask me what is the scope within our community, I think it's super tremendous. I think it's tremendous, super tremendous. And the reason why is because I was blown by the way the government is working for us. I don't think any government in the whole world is working the way our Tibetan community is working, our Tibetan government is working. I was surprised by the initiatives that they were doing when it comes to education, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to just personal development, so many things, so many options. I was like, oh my God, I wish I was exposed to that before. I would have been to another level. That's what my personal thought was. And I think the scope is tremendous. People just need to be aware of this, and people need to self-realize the fact that it is so important to be part of this community and to be proud of this community, because okay, I do want to share a quick fact. Okay, when I'm coaching people, I make them realize the power of community. There's a research which says that the closest 5 people that you're with, you become the 6th one. So I tell people, if you're with 5 millionaires, you become the 6th millionaire. Or if you're with 5 idiots, you become the 6th idiot. So the choice is yours, right? So that's the power of the community. And this community has so many powerful, open-minded people that I realize that there's nothing that can stop this community. So that's the scope. Anything can be achievable is what I would like to believe. Absolutely believe that. And the challenges that I would think is really, I think more than the external challenge, it's all about the internal challenge. And I feel like people are struggling just with themselves. They're struggling with what the society will think, what the other person will think, and so I think we need to grow ourselves from inside first. Everything starts here, and if we start working here, I don't think there's any challenge that cannot be solved. Everything has a solution. So the scope is massive, and if you work on yourself, I think there's nothing that cannot be achieved. So most part of my life I have been working to prove myself. I've always been an overachiever, and I realized that quality of mine actually came from my dad, who really pushed me to be successful, and it also came from the society, because if you don't get good marks, you don't get a good job, society doesn't really respect you. But over the time I've realized the fact that it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how much grades you have. It really doesn't matter how many medals you have won, really, because end of the day, I think what is important is to follow your heart. And I realized that after 10 years of slogging in a corporate field, I realized I was not following my heart. And since past 2.5 years, that is what I'm focusing on, and it has been the most amazing period of my whole life. My message for the youth is that please do not worry about what is going to happen or who is going to say what and what the society is going to say. You have to find your passion. Everyone has a gift. Everyone has the ability to give something to someone else. and to change their life. Find your gift, find your passion. For me, that's my coaching, that's my passion. It gives me tremendous happiness to help somebody reach some level or to progress. You have a gift as well. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. Don't care what the society say. If 100 people come to you and say this is not going to work, ignore it. I need you to follow your heart, follow your passion. Believe in yourself even when the whole world doesn't believe in you. And if nobody is saying this to you, let me say this to you. I believe in you and I'm proud of you. Thank you.